What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Sunday. Welcome into the latest episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault. I am your host every single morning for this 15-minute podcast. You guys are going to get more of me here today as we will have the live stream for NFL Week number 7. We'll come at you at noon Eastern Time, myself and Pat Fitzmaurice, for about 40 minutes or so, breaking down all the games. We'll have updates for the Patriots and the Jaguars game, although why do you want updates of that game? Fantasy football and whatnot, fine. We got that, and then we've got 7 games on the early slate, 3 games on the late slate. Remember, we have 1 Sunday night and 2 Monday night games coming at you this week, so a bunch of games in prime time that we'll have for you. Monday's card will be pretty cool. There'll be 2 games to get into. I already know what I'm betting, and so we'll have some extra time to build that card out for us for Monday for 2 games on Monday Night Football. But this podcast is being brought to you by DraftKings. It's Sunday. That means I'm going to give you a pick 6 you can play if you would like to jump in with that. With the DraftKings offer, you can take the free $50 that you may have gotten if you had gone ahead and had the registration already done. If not, you can do this next week if you want to go in there and have a free $50 free roll from DraftKings, the Pick Six app. More on that here in just 1 second. We do not know what happened last night because I choked on the under or the middling opportunity here for UNLV. So Michigan lost outright. Bad bet there. Maryland won the game outright. Good bet there. Cal lost the game outright. Bad bet there. Baylor won the game outright. Good bet there. 2-2, and we get juiced out down 0.2 units. So the day hinges on UNLV. Excuse me. So I was going to try to middle it. I said fire when it got to 49.5. I said fire. The game closed at 61. I thought the game would get off to a slow start. It did. I got greedy. I said, guys, fire, fire, fire. I didn't fire. I didn't fire officially. I didn't fire personally. I choked. The very next play, a 70-yard touchdown run for Oregon State, and the number went to 57.5, and it's been climbing ever since. So I don't know what happened. That's a mistake. I was trying to lead you guys to a chance to middle it and at least we'd go 3-3. We'd be down like nothing, like 0.2. So there's a shot that we're down here 1.3 units on the day. If it goes under, I'll get off here. I'm going to try to personally get out of it. If I can get into a play where it gets to be somewhere, around 53, 54, I probably will come in and drop myself and bet it personally, but I had the shot at betting it officially, and unfortunately, I did not do that. So 2-2 so far here tonight. Could be 3-2 or 2-3. I don't know as of yet. If we do lose, I think that puts us down like 2 units or 2.5 for the week. So we can still have a winning week if we have a big Sunday, but we need to have a big Sunday. Otherwise, it could be a losing week. So that would kind of stink. So not a big losing week, depending on how Sunday goes. If I fall on my face on Sunday, it could be a big losing week, but we'll see. We had a good Monday, good Wednesday. Not a great Thursday, not a great Friday, not a great Saturday. That means we're due for a good Sunday. Here, this podcast is being brought to you by DraftKings and the DraftKings Pick Six app. As I've said, I've got a play for you if you want to go and do the Pick Six app. Remember, Pick Six doesn't mean 6 picks. They mean like interception. So you can do up to 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 if you want. It's a parlay, basically, is what you're firing on the DraftKings Pick Six app. It is new. It's available for download right now. And when you use the code JUICE, new Pick Six customers will play $5 to get $50 in Pick Six credits. That is guaranteed. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-78-97777 or visit ccpg.org. In Connecticut, must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions may vary by jurisdiction. Pick Six not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. See terms at picksix.draftkings.com/promos. Okay, so you can take 3, 4, 5, 6, as long as it's 2, you can do this, okay? And you can break it up by different windows. This would be in the full 11-game window, early games, late games. So find the 11-game window to come in and play this. I'm going to throw a strategic play, right? Nobody bets unders in these things. Everybody bets overs. So why not 3 unders here for us on this? 3 unders for the DraftKings Pick Six for Week 7. A-Chain, under 47.5 yards rushing for the Dolphins today. Warren, under 21.5 yards rushing for the Steelers today. And Debo, under 13.5 yards rushing for the Niners today. Let's go under. If we hit all three, it could be a decent payout. You throw $50 down on it, you might win over $250 or more, depending on how many picks you get right versus everybody else. There's a pick six I like. A-Chain under 47.5 yards rushing. Warren under 21.5 yards rushing. And Debo under 13.5 yards rushing. All those guys should be heavily involved in the passing game here today for their respective teams of the Dolphins, Steelers, and Niners for their games today. So you can go and play that if you would like. I'll update it and recap it on Monday for us to see how we did for the DraftKings Pick Six. All right, let's get to my place. What am I doing? Let's start with the Packers hosting the Texans. I've had a devil of a time picking the Texans in my career. They're kind of just one of those teams I can't get right. Why? I don't know. But give me the Packers. I'm going to lay 3 points. Why? The injury report for Houston is crazy. I mean, Robert Woods is out. Joe Mixon is questionable. Larry Tunsil is questionable. You've got Nico Collins is out. There's just Dalton Keene is out. There's so many players that are out or banged up or not 100% here for the Texans to go on the road to Lambeau and get a win. They're 2-1. Green Bay is against the numbers so far here at home. Last time out against Arizona, they were 5.5-point favorites, so won the game by 21. They lost at home to Minnesota, true, by laying 2.5. They lost by 2. Beat Indy by 6 as 2-point home dogs in week number 2. They've had wins on the road against the Rams and the Titans, covering as a 3-point favorite and a 3-point dog on the road against the Titans. On the flip side, Houston's covered against back-to-back AFC East teams, but they're 0-4 against any other team outside of the AFC East. Indianapolis, Chicago, Minnesota, and Jacksonville. They went on the road to Minnesota and they lost by 27. That's a warning flag if I'm a Texan fan going, wait a minute. So we went and played the NFC North, which is arguably the best division in football, and we got killed. They lost by 27 points, Houston did. Green Bay lost by 2. You might go, well, Matt, that's because of the fact that these guys are, divisional rivals. They know each other. Maybe. Same location, though. I mean, Minnesota went to Lambeau and won by 2. Houston went to Minnesota and lost by 27. Houston has to go to Green Bay. Give me the 3 points. Packers -3 for 1.1 units. Bet number 2 on the day. Again, this might be a little bit off the beaten path, and you might go, well, why? And the reason why? Injuries. The Miami Dolphins are at the Indianapolis Colts. Line is 3. They're starting Anthony Richardson. Okay. Miami's injury list is not great. I'll admit it. And it looks like next week we're going to see Tua come back. Why? I don't know. But it's Tyler Huntley, who I don't hate as a quarterback. Would it be better to have guys like Odell Beckham Jr. available or Jeff Wilson? Of course. Yes, it would be great. But the Dolphin injuries are significant. But the injuries to the Colts are, I don't want to say detrimental or destructive, but without Jonathan Taylor, you're going to have Anthony Richardson back there who can't stay healthy. I hope Joe Flacco doesn't play. If Joe Flacco plays in this game, my bet might be in danger. I want the entire game to be a Anthony Richardson show. If it is, Michael Pittman Jr. is banged up. Josh Downs is banged up. Jonathan Taylor is out. And you're going to play Anthony Richardson after having that oblique injury against the Steelers, hip pointer, whatever you want to call it. I'm taking the dog. Give me the Dolphins plus the 3 here on the road against Indianapolis. I know it's going to be kind of a contrarian play. Miami is 1-4 against the number so far this year. They're 0-3 at home, 1-1 on the road. The only time they covered was last week against the Patriots, and they probably should have lost that game. If a heel was a toe tap, the Patriots would have won that game. So not great. 0-5 Miami against number, but 5-1 Indianapolis. They've covered 4 straight. They beat Tennessee on the road. They beat Jacksonville. Sorry, they lost to Jacksonville, but they covered when they were down there. They beat Pittsburgh at home. They beat Chicago at home. They covered against the Texans at home. Why are you starting Anthony Richardson? Why isn't it Joe Flacco? I'm sorry. You make that decision. I'm taking Miami. Dolphins plus 3 for 1.1 units. One total play to give you guys. The Jets at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Primetime. Primetime under has been pretty good, but that's not why I'm playing this. Pittsburgh is 4-2 to the under on the year so far. We were on the under last week against the Steelers. The game went over by 8 points. Game last week for the Jets went over against Buffalo by 1 point, but we had teased it up, so it didn't matter. You can do a same-game teaser and take Pittsburgh and tease them up to +8 and then take the total from 39 up to 45. You can do that if you'd like. I'll probably do that personally. But officially, I'm going to bet the under because everyone thinks the Jets are winning this game. Everyone thinks that in game one that Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams will go back to what they look like in prime Green Bay. Okay, maybe. But the Jets on the road are 1-1-1 to the number, 2-0 to the under at home for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Dallas, 43.5. Game went under by 6.5 points. At home against the Chargers, 36. The game went under by 6 points. I'm not saying it's going to be fun, but the Jets offense has not been fixed just because Adams is there. Steelers defense is going to be ferocious at home. That Steelers defense wasn't nearly as good on the road here in Las Vegas. Gave up 13 points, and then the Vegas Raiders just puked all over themselves with turnovers and whatnot. Is it Russell Wilson? Good. If it's Russell Wilson, that offense is not going to look better in my mind than Justin Fields. I think it's a mistake. I think it helps. It helps the under. Jets, Steelers, under 39. Opened at 37, was bet up to 39. I think it's a head fake. Under 39. Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then finally, I am going to bring back a personal teaser. Not yet with the Wong teaser. Not sure I'm going to do that today, but I am going to do a personal teaser. So I run a proxy service for the football handicapping contests here in Vegas. The Circa Survivor is down to 217 entries from 14,266. We represent two people that are alive in the contest. Entries worth about $70,000 from buying it for $1,000. So they have 70 times their money. We're going to go with two of their picks, but I'm going to tease the games down. Rams from 7 down to 1, and the Bills from 9 down to 3. 1.2 units down. Those two teams to win their games and to cover those numbers here today. Rams, I think, can do it against the Raiders. I think the Raiders are dead in the wake of Davante Adams. They may cover. They don't win. And the Bills against the Titans. Will Levis is a walking disaster. Will Levis, by the way, of quarterbacks that have played 10 games in the NFL over the last 20 years, he has the worst second half ATS record in history. So, second half Bills probably is a pretty good bet, given how poorly Will Levis plays in the second half. But we'll take the Bills -3 for 1.2 units. Okay, so the plays again, if you want to do the DraftKings Pick Six, Achane under 47.5 yards rushing, Warren under 21.5 yards rushing, and Debo under 13.5 yards rushing. That's on the DraftKings Pick Six app if you want something to play over there. For my plays, we're going Packers -3, Dolphins +3, under 39 for the Steelers and the Jets, Rams -1, tease with the Bills -3, and the 4 prop bets will come at you on the live stream here this morning, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific time on the BettingPros YouTube channel with myself and Pat Fitzmaurice. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Have a good Sunday. More to come on the live stream and then watching the games as well. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt. Every morning, it's the Daily Juice Podcast presented by DraftKings.